to you guys, how can we as Black people feel any kind of offense from white supremacy when we're the main supporters of the white supremacist God? We claim that we want freedom and we don't want massa to whip us with the belt no more, but we actually support the biggest, one of the biggest industries in the world. The Bible is the most sold book in the world. There's not a book on earth that's done more numbers than the Bible, and there's not a religion on earth that has done more crimes than men. Okay, think about this. The church, or the Christian church, especially, I'm talking about the one we call the Jesus Christian Church. They hold the record for the most sexual assault crimes. They hold a record for the most child molestations. They hold a record for the most racist killings and hangings, beatings, burnings, and so on and so forth in the name of actual Jesus. And we as Black people, we say, oh no, we worship a different Jesus. We go to church we go to church Sunday and we worship a different Jesus. We don't worship white nationalist Jesus. We worship the Jesus my grandmama worshiped. Okay? And it befuddles me because on one end you see Black people wanting to raise up out of this disempowerment, but they support it at every turn. Whether it's our diet, whether it's the entertainment, whether it's the religion, but especially the religion. It's right. Like the religion is on autopilot. They make us go. And if we don't go, we will be shunned and ostracized as children if we don't want to bow down and get on our knees in our Father who art in heaven. Mm-hmm. Okay? And so the one thing that I always, look at is, how can we say that the Christian church, and first and foremost, how can we say that Jesus is good when the number one institution of Jesus is bad? That's number one.
But I think the Chakra doctor brought up an interesting point. And I go back and I reference the movie Quilombo, which takes place in Brazil, where Zumbi, who was given the Anglican name Francisco, escaped from the monastery to get back to the Quilombo called Palmares. And in the movie, when he comes back for his people, he gives the Franciscan priest back the cross as symbolizing, I no longer need this. I am now back amongst my original deities, my original Orishas, etc. So Chakra makes an excellent point. When you're trying to liberate yourself, you must be diametrically opposed to your enemy in everything that he represents, culture and otherwise.
Of course, because if not that, then you're only feeding the beast that's eating you. You're willingly becoming the slab of flesh. Like, there's already 1 million arrows aimed at you. Don't aim another arrow on yourself. Don't everybody already want to see you fail. Don't shoot yourself in the foot and see yourself fail. You know what I mean? And that's what we're doing right now. Right now, it's like, okay, most of us know it's a crock of bull crap, but we still just in a habit form of, the religious habit form of, what do we do without Jesus, right? A lot of us are stuck in that lazy mode where we don't want to research and find out what's really the truth about Christianity, because it'll shatter our belief system that we've been holding on to for so long. I remember when I broke my mind free from the white chains of Jesus, Christianity, I automatically felt horrible. Like, man, I've been lied to all this time. What do I do now? What do I do after I've been believing a lie for decades, right? And I base my whole life on this lie. I base the way I interact with people on this lie. based the way I interact with women and my, children on this lie. And now I'm confronted with the truth of this lie. And sometimes a lot of us don't want to do what it will take after our world shatters from the belief system of the lie. And it's like, well, either you keep believing the lie and, die anyway, or you can set, if you really love your children, because I'm saying don't do it for yourself, because we'll screw over ourselves. Do it for something. Most of us won't screw over our children. Most of us aren't scumbags that'll screw over our children. So I always say, what would you, if your child was on the line, what would you do? Would you do it then? Would you have enough strength? Would you have enough energy to do it then if it meant your child's well-being? Well, put that type of energy into the back of it, when it comes to liberating yourself from these chains, because trust me, it's a spell that we have to break in order just to gain ourselves back, because it never belonged, white Jesus never belonged to us in the form that they're giving him to us. In the form, Christianity never belonged to us in the form that they're giving it to us. And
I want to say
with that being said, why would the same person who raped my mother, who sold my brother on the auction block, and who destroyed, killed, and stole everything he could from me, why would I ever believe that this person want me to go to heaven with him? Right?
Well, I think that one thing that we really need to do is keep in mind that they Jesus ain't our Jesus. The way that they approach Christianity is very different in the way that we are, the blacks, the melanated, the indigenous, black Indians, the Indian, whatever term you want to use, Moorish, have approached Christianity. And if we're going to fight for our empowerment, and that's, I'm always focused on empowerment.
Right.
We need to make sure that we use our belief systems. And if those who are Christian, if you identify as Christian, your Christianity, your belief system, your faith should liberate you. You should be a better person tomorrow, and you should be in a better position tomorrow because of your faith.
And I always say, and I just ask this question, whether it's black Christianity or white Christianity, when you look at the majority of Christians, they're doing horrible in life, man. This is a definite sign. Look, the reason why Brother Zumbi wrote his book is because the majority of people that's going to read his book are Christians. The majority of people that's going to watch this podcast, the majority of people that's going to invest in and do all of these things are Christians. So we're missing a big piece of this puzzle here, because our whole life is based on this, this Christianity thing, right? And I'm saying, hey, Christianity, Islam, or whatever the religious case may be, that doesn't stop the Anglo-Saxon and the Jew from building a school together. That don't stop the Russian and the Turkishman, and the Turkish man from building some tanks and getting some Kalashnikovs together and building them a company. Okay, we the only ones that's letting these religious differences get in the way of how we do economic structure, economic gains, checks and balances. Okay, your belief system and the invisible God you believe in to get by every day, that's your goddamn business. That should not stop you from that shouldn't impair with your skill on how to fix this bus, build a school, build a plane, a train, whatever. Okay, and this is the thing that is, tease you off when it comes to black folk, because we the only ones that let belief systems get in the way of actual economics.
Right.
All right. You don't see no other race that lets their belief system get in the way of the economics. Their belief system, quarrels and beefs, they have that in the belief system, quarrels and beefs section of society. But that don't stop the government, that don't stop the certain sections and tribal sections from building, structuring the way they want their food, clothing, shelter, education, and medication to be produced for their people. This is what I'm saying. So is not the religion. It's the people practicing the religion. And the people that's practicing the religion are using customs that are, quite frankly, barbaric, volcanic, you know, kind of romantic, you know, kind of ancient Latin, you know, Atlantic, kind of ancient Latin, you know, it rings of Caucasianness. And so, I tell people the one thing that Black people have that we have to acknowledge and not be ashamed of is we don't get burned by God's son. Okay. Well, now with this reality, we have to realize that this being that we're speaking of is Christ or Jesus or the Messiah or whatever you like to call it. We have to acknowledge the truth as a worldwide truth that he is, if he gonna be anything, he gonna be Black when it comes for Black people, when it comes to Black people. The way the Chinese man do it and paint him up, that's cool. That's what it takes for the Chinese man to get by. But if we're gonna keep Jesus, we gotta at least turn him Black again, people.
Well, this is a thing that Dr. Clark always said. He says, no matter where you are, spiritually or otherwise, he says everything that touches your life must be converted into an instrument of liberation, or you flush it down the toilet. Everything.
That's it.
Okay. So when we talk about Christianity, you know, we don't talk about the Black Christian nationalism under the leadership of our ancestor, Reverend Albert Cleave. Okay. We don't talk about revolutionary Islam, where many former Black Panthers who converted to Islam used Islam as a vehicle for Black liberation. So what they've done is they've Africanized where they are. Some of us have just discarded it. Others of us have Africanized where it are and use it as a vehicle to our advantage.
But think about it. The very groups you just named, they laying in bed with Satan. They laying in bed with how Farrakhan gonna call the white man the devil, but got the devil kissing him on the cheek with a goddamn Catholic cloak on, man.
No, I'm talking about those who got into like Sunni Orthodox Islam that are now what they call practicing revolutionary Islam.
And the reason why we don't talk about them because they don't do nothing for Black folk. I just asked my brother Zumbi, they got XYZ amount of Black organizations, right? What definite structured institutional system that we can say as a Black people that we can run to or we can go to and say, these are our leaders over here. We don't have that. And this is what I'm saying. How are you going to have all of these Black organizations? Because the key word is organization. Well, what the hell are you organizing if you've been in existence for decades and still can't get shit done? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. We're wasting money, we're wasting time, we're wasting resources on a bunch of people who are selling us a dream. And that dream is that your institution is going to be the next institution to get us to the next white picket fence in the American damn dream, bruh. And the thing about it is that I'm pissed off with my Black Christians. I'm pissed off with my Black nationalists. I'm pissed off with my Black people because all y'all do is fucking talk and don't do shit. And this is why I always stand on my position the way I stand on my position. Because everybody talk that Black-ish and everybody talk like they Blackish, but when it's time to put their money, power, respect, dollar, and mind on the line, they go back to Master's job and they say, we shall overcome. So I feel like this. Whether it's a Black nationalist, Black Christian, Black Islamic, revolutionary, whoever the hell they are, if they don't have a physical structure that a white man is not controlling, that is benefiting Black people who don't have to believe in their belief system, then they ain't shit in my world. Because last time I checked, I don't have to believe in Christianity to go get food stamps. They're gonna give it to me regardless. I don't have to believe in Islam to go get a welfare check. The cracker gonna give it to me regardless. See, you gotta understand why niggas run to the fucking whiteboard. Because we got a whole bunch of black leaders that don't do shit for us, but steal from us. That's all they have been doing for decades. Show me one black institution that has done something positive and beneficial structural wise. I'm talking about structural wise in a physical sense that we can actually see with our physical eyes, that our babies and our black mothers who are single and our brothers who are getting killed can run to for shelter, run to for help, run to for education, upbringing in the mind, body, and spirit and soul without having to believe in your particular God. If you don't have a structure like that, then you're just wasting time. Because everybody say they're gonna help black people. Everybody. Biden say he gonna help. Trump say he gonna help. The Indians say they gonna help. The Arabs say they gonna help. The Chinese say they gonna help. Everybody say they gonna help. Black people even say they gonna help. But don't nobody step up and help. And the ones that they do step up and help, they get them shadow banned. They got something negative to say about the truth that they spit. But last time I checked, I don't see no institutions doing nothing for niggas. Nothing. Black, I'm talking about black. Black people who have put their dollar, their life on the line. I ain't talking about the people that died. I'm talking about the ones that actually lived to make it to the millionaire, the billionaire, the millions of dollars, and they got plenty of them, and they ain't doing nothing. All they doing is stealing, like the black pastor, stealing like the black imam, stealing like the black revolutionary, need a motherfucking donation. That's all they want. And quite frankly, I feel like they gonna get it too because God don't like ugly, because there is a God. And he does see. And guess what? You better not shout, you better not cry, you better not pout. I'm telling you why. He coming to fucking town. And he not playing no games. And all of you fake preachers, all of you fake people who say and speak in his name, gonna get the same wrath that the goddamn cracker get. Because the cracker ain't the only one on God hit list. Oh yeah, they got some graham crackers, they got some saltine crackers, rich crackers. They got some, they got all kind of crackers out here. Ain't just no saltine white crackers. You know, they got sweet crackers, gentlemen. You know, so this is the way I look at things and I view things, because that's what Jesus would have did. What would Jesus do? Jesus would have laid up there and he healed them for nothing. He didn't say he multiplied the fish and the loaves. He didn't ask for the fish and the loaves, niggas. You see? When he seen they was making too much money in the God's temple, he flipped over the table and said, "Get out my Father's house. This is a place of worship." See, wait a minute. He was able to do economics and spirituality at the same time. What's wrong with you niggas? This is what I don't get. But y'all come in his name. Y'all come and you just say, man, listen, bro. I look at the Nation of Islam and what Elijah Muhammad built, right? And I say, man, whoever took that over was supposed to take it 2 times higher than what Elijah took it. Why is it not doing better than when Elijah brought it? See, this is what I'm saying. We get handed the torch, we get handed the ball, and we drop it, and now we looking around who don't want to take no self-accountability, don't want to own up to our mistakes, don't want to do nothing but point the finger at the next nigga for the job that we feel like they should have been doing.
Brother Zumbi, any response before we close? Chakra came on here and Chakra did what Chakra does.
Well, where I am in life is this. I've gotten out of Squeak Dick Willie business. Okay. And for those of you who've seen Do the Right Thing, you know what I'm talking about. I don't have the time to really critique what others have failed to do. So wherever is the void, okay, it's up to us to fill it in whatever capacity, in whatever skill sets we have. Some of us are going to have to die in the desert. Okay, that's just a reality. Okay. For me, what I'm doing, I may not make it to the promised land. So as far as I can go before I'm ether, I have to leave a blueprint for future generations. So that way I cannot be charged with being a generational thief and not giving tools to that next generation. Because many of us are dead men walking anyway. You see. So what's the old biblical verse? Let the dead bury the dead. And let us prepare that new generation for this fight that
That
they're
new
going to
heaven,
have
that
to
new
take on.
earth. Because the London Bridge is falling down, and it need to.
Right.
The current structure that is empowered needs to fall, and rejoice, meek, and inherit the world, because that's what the scripture promised you. The scripture promised you that you shall inherit everything that they stole from you, and it's gonna be returned tenfold to you.
Mm.
But guess what? Before it get greater later, it got to get worse first. Because last time I checked, you can't be laying in bed with the devil and expect him not to get burned when it's time to bring that hell. See,
Ashe,
and so
Ashe,
and so I
Ashe.
always tell people, the number one thing, is educate thyself. The root word of education comes from the Latin educo, which means within, from within. You are, the Bible says that the kingdom of heaven is within. Psalms 82:6 says that ye are God's children of the Most High. You have to understand that greater is the Christ in you than the fool and the tomfoolery that's in the world. And these are all things and principles that you can practice for free right now. And you don't have to believe in Christ. You can call it whatever you want, the law of attraction. You can call it whatever you like. But get a discipline, get a game plan, get focus, build you something. Because it don't make no sense to live all these years and don't have nothing left over from when you pass. You got it. You have to pass the baton. You have to create something that can withstand the test of time. And so when you pass, you can pass it on to your people, and your people take it to the next level. This is called generational wealth building. But how are we gonna? The key word is building. Last time I checked, a building is a structure that houses activity. So we have to build some buildings, black people. No, real physical buildings. We have to build real physical structures that withstand the test of time. Because all we're doing right now is just talking. We done did the books. I done got you. Every look, Zumbi got the greatest book in the world. Every man, look at all our ancestors got the books. We got the blueprint. We need to build infrastructure. And the only way you can build infrastructure is by becoming an entrepreneur of whatever endeavor your black mind seeks to choose to do. That's what you do. Build something physical so that when you die, you leave it to your people. Teach them how to run it before you die, so that when you die, they don't be feeling like they all lost and alone and don't know how to handle the business. It's all about the business. And once we get about the business of Jesus, then we're going to win. But right now, we're just in the business of religion. But see, if you want to talk about Jesus was a businessman. You think he was able to make them businessmen quit their job and come follow him because he didn't have a structure, a plan? See, this is what I'm telling people. So what would Jesus do? Last time I checked, he was a carpenter. He built. So why aren't we building and making sure our buildings withstand the tests of time, so that we can leave them behind and our people can inherit it and take it over like all other people on the face of the planet Earth? It's quite simple. It's not no hard. We don't have to have a meeting for you to go open up your own business and structure. We don't have to have no goddamn kumbaya, no rally, no donation, nothing for you to go get up off your ass, go open your own entrepreneurial endeavor, okay? And make sure that your people can inherit it when you die, leave it behind, so that it can turn into something in the next 50 to 100 years. You got to think fall, people.
Ashe. And so we're going to bring this to an end. Brother Chakra Doctor came on and blessed us. Minister Zumbi Shawala, author of the book GOAT, The Gospel of Afro-Nomics Theology.
Bad man. That's a bad man.
and I want to also shout out our hidden member, Stephen Pickett. I want to shout out our hidden member.
No relation
Stephen
to Jada,
Pickett.
huh? And y'all
Hey,
seen Will Smith and Jada was seen out. He looking nice. He looking nice and nice and fat. He looking nice and heavy.
Hey, I'm telling you, Jada Pinkett Smith. I know she got some magic there, bro. I know she got some magic.
Man, she got to do something about that alopecia, though, man. Man. She got to holler at Jada, I got that miracle food.
Yeah, I was a bit embarrassed myself, Stephen, for Will Smith.
Man, that's
you know, but I'll say
on a
this.
good note, Chris
Jada Pinkett Smith is still one of the top 5 alive, bro. Jada Pinkett Smith is still, man, I'm stopped up. Jada Pinkett Smith is still one of the top 5. Top 10. We'll put her top 10. She's still under Angela
Chris
Bassett.
Rock is doing well and great ever since the ordeal. He's been getting a lot of attention, like the guy that got bullied on the schoolyard, and all of the girls go, "You okay? Are you okay?"
Well, hey, we've been talking about they Jesus ain't our Jesus. They Jesus. Hey, don't be fooled. Do the research. Watch the video. Share the video. Like the video. Check out the Gospel of Afro-Nomics Theology. Check out Chakra Doctor on his channel. You've been checking out Get On Code, and we tell you, hey, get on code, share the code, teach the code, become the code. Our code is empowerment, and we'll catch you on the next ride. Yo, whoo, this was dope. This was this was fun.
Yeah, man.